Hey guys, Pancakes here, and we got here the game of Team Deathmatch on Favela. And this game, I go ahead and use the UMP45 with silencer, and perks I don't remember. You can see it in the description. And I know I've been a little bit slow in putting videos out, and that's because I've been really busy lately with Thanksgiving and family and Christmas shopping and all that stuff. So unfortunately, I haven't had a whole lot of time to do commentary, and I don't even have my capture card with me here, so I haven't had a chance to record any games, and I probably won't be able to record any games for a while, but I'll get some time eventually. Until then, I'll just try to get some videos up from what I've got saved up here. Anyway, in terms of actual gameplay, because I haven't had a whole lot of time to talk about gameplay in my last couple of rounds, Favela is a pretty of a tricky map because you'll find that people are there's a lot of buildings and windows and balconies and roofs and things like that where people can kind of hide out and shoot you from. So you really want to keep an eye out on those areas. Really want to take it slow. Definitely don't run out in the open very often at all. And really, I just stay to the. I mean, if you got to go from building to building, I'd just take the alleyway or just things like that. Just try to stay in an area where, excuse me, where you won't be likely to get shot at from, all kinds of different directions. And I found that that's, excuse me, I find that's usually a pretty good way to avoid getting killed by a camper in a window or something like that in this map. Actually, really in any map, like Karachi, for example, is another map where people like to sit on the rooftops and the windows. You just really got to watch those windows and not be out in the open very often at all. And that's like probably one of my biggest strategies or biggest tips in Call of Duty, for World at War, this game. Don't be out in the open. Always have cover. Oftentimes a shortcut is the most dangerous route. I've said this before, but it's absolutely important that you understand that. And sometimes taking the longest way is the safest way to get from point A to point B. And when you go into a new room, if you don't know there's an enemy there, you really want to be careful and don't go sprinting in. And I break this habit sometimes. It's a bad habit of mine. It gets me killed sometimes. And it's something that I'm trying to work on, and it's something that I'm sure a lot of you guys can work on as well. And you really just this game, Call of Duty 4, World at War, and all the Call of Duty games. I mean, you can't go sprinting around very much and expect to be able to consistently go positive. And this game tends to punish rushers more than Call of Duty 4 did, but really in all the Call of Duty games, rushing, there's a time and place to rush and be defensive. When I talk about defensive play in my other videos, I'm not saying play defensively 100% of the time. No. There are times when being aggressive pays off, of course. But you have to know when those times are. And I mean, what are some examples of the flanking is a good example of when being aggressive can pay off. If the enemy's got your team pinned down, if you flank them, that's an act of aggression. You're being on the offense and rushing them, but that kind of aggression is a kind of aggression, for example, that can get you a lot of kills. But the type of aggression that you don't want to have is like running into the enemy lines, running and getting, and then, getting picked off from behind, because that's usually what happens. And so, when I advocate defensive play, what I mean is that you just don't want to rush too much. And I think, in a game like this where you can die in 2 bullets, you tend to want to play more defensively than aggressively. But I just want to make it clear that when I say that you should play defensively, that doesn't mean that you should only play defensively. And, there are times where being aggressive pays off. And how do you know when those times pay off? Some of it's through common sense, and some of it's through experience. And the part, with experience, really the only way you can learn that is to just play the game, and that's really the only way. And this is kind of a short match, so I didn't have a whole lot of time, but I figured I'd get something up for you guys because I haven't put anything up in a while. And aside from that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.